Okay, let's move on to the next movie. And the next movie I seen that you have not seen is Fantasy Island. And basically, Fantasy Island, my mini review is basically it's a great example of a cool idea poorly executed. Because basically, Fantasy Island, it's basically this island, mysterious, magical island where people come to, and basically they can have whatever fantasy that come true. There's this dude in charge. I can't remember his name, but he basically makes everybody's fantasy come through. People win competition, and they come out in like groups of four or five, and there's a cast of four or five people that go to the island. Michael Pena, who you may know as Ant-Man's best friend in Ant-Man,
Mm-hmm.
Louise. He's the dude that makes all these fantasies come true. And Maggie Q, she's in it. You might recognize her from being a really attractive woman in Mission Impossible 3, and she was in a TV series called Nikita, where she played some assassin. I never watched it, but she's pretty cool. And there was a few other cast members that I didn't recognize, but it's there's Samara Weaving, I think, is another one. Is the other? I think she's kind of one of the main leads in it, and basically they're on the island. They all have their fantasies playing out, and then things unfold. And Michael Rooker is also in it. He makes an appearance. That's Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, and Murray from The Walking Dead. If you don't know him by his name, and it felt like it was going to go somewhere. Really good, and then it just by the end it just falls flat on its face. There's just so many things that they could have done really well, and I gave it a 2.5-star review. I thought there was bits and pieces of it that were enjoyable. There was moments where you felt like there was a really good twist coming, and then it just kind of it's like a wee fart, and it just flattens out into nothing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I'd say it's a fairly skippable movie. I wouldn't really recommend it, but yeah, that is Fantasy Island.
Would it have done
Yeah.
better if they didn't have the comedic guy from Ant-Man's friend?
No, because he was probably one of the better things about the film.
Try to fucking resurrect an old TV show and make it into a movie.
Yeah, but was it too was there comedy in it? Was it a comedy thing?
It is kind of a dark comedy. Well, I wouldn't say it's a dark comedy, but it's a dark movie with comedy in it, and
it doesn't work.
There's quite a few funny moments. I'll say that much.
It doesn't work
because they have to play with the idea of people's fantasies being fulfilled, and like there's these two blokes, this Asian dude and a white dude, who are basically brothers. They've like known each other since they were kids or whatever. I can't remember exactly, but they've known each other for a long time. They consider each other brothers, and basically their interactions there are kind of the funniest. And like Michael Pena, he has no comedy moments. Like he's not involved in any of the comedy in the movie. He's one of the more serious things in the movie. And there's bits and pieces where he tries to come across as intimidating, threatening, and mysterious, and he kind of successfully does that. But yeah, the movie itself was just kind of overall shit. It fell flat on its face in the third act. I can say that much.
Okay,
but
I'll not be watching that.
Next movie.